In this video lecture, we are going to learn about Thevenin's theorem. What this theorem basically teaches us, it gives us a certain way to simplify a complex circuit or network so that we can easily analyze the current flowing through a load or what is the voltage that is appearing across a load, and also for some other analysis and simplification. So without elaborating the introduction anymore, we will straight go on to the topic and we'll try to learn about the Thevenin's theorem. And in this regard, you can see that I have recommended a book, and at the end of this video lecture, you will get a homework that we will try to solve so that we can implement the theorem what we are learning right now. Okay, so the next slide. Thevenin's theorem says that any linear two-terminal active network can be replaced by an equivalent network consisting of an independent voltage source VTH in series with a resistor RTH. Okay, so I think we all know what is a two-terminal network. When a network is having two terminals, then we call it as a two-terminal network. And what is the active network? When a network is having any kind of source, then we say that the network is basically an active network. Now, there may be a complex scenario of multiple resistors connected in series and parallel with multiple sources. Then that kind of network can easily be converted to a more simpler network at two terminals with a single voltage source VTH and a single resistance RTH in series. That is the gist of this theorem. There is also a standard procedure for finding out this Thevenin equivalent voltage VTH and the Thevenin equivalent resistance RTH. But first, we have to know what that exactly mean by VTH and RTH. Before that, we have to learn about load. We all know about the load. What is load? In our daily life, we connect several types of load to our power systems. Like in our home, we connect hair dryers, electric heaters, even the mobile chargers which we are basically connecting to the plug points for charging our mobiles. So all these kind of things are basically our load to the circuit. So here we can see in this figure a linear two-terminal active network is shown which is having two terminals. Okay, and these two terminals is basically utilized for connecting a load. This load can be our hair dryer, can be our mobile charger with the mobile. Okay, so this is basically the load which is changing from time to time according to our requirement, but this network which is complex in nature is basically remaining the same. So if we can convert this complex network to a simpler one, the analysis of current through this load or the voltage across the load will become much more easier. That we are basically going to do here with the Thevenin's theorem. Okay, so what Thevenin's theorem basically means? This theorem lets us replace everything on one side of a pair of terminals. Means this is the terminal pair, this is the terminal pair, and this is the left hand side which is a complex network, and this is the right hand side which is having the load. So this theorem basically helps us to convert this complex network into a very simple network consisting of a voltage source VTH and a simple resistance RTH in series. So with this simplified network connected to the load, we can easily calculate whatever be the current flowing through the load or whatever be the voltage appearing across these two terminals. That is the voltage across the loads. Why it is so useful? You see that we are basically randomly changing this load, but this complex network is the same. So if we can make this complex network a simple network like this, having a voltage source VTH and only a resistance RTH in series, then for any amount of load or the load resistance, we can easily find the current flowing through the circuit. For different types of load, definitely we are not going to recalculate this simpler network. This simpler or simplified network which we have already found from this complex network can be utilized for finding current through different kinds of load which is connected to these two terminals. Okay. So next we will learn about the main steps which we are going to follow when we are trying to find out the Thevenin equivalent voltage VTH and the Thevenin equivalent resistance RTH. First step is open the circuit at the two terminals where you wish to find the Thevenin equivalent circuit. In this case, we can see that this means basically removing the load, because we are trying to apply the theorem at these two terminals AB. So we have to remove this load, find out the Thevenin equivalent network for this complex part of the circuit. Okay, so you can see that we have removed the load and we are applying the theorem here. What is the next step? In the next step, we have to find out the Thevenin equivalent voltage VTH. It is the voltage across this open circuited terminal. Means whatever be the voltage appearing across these two terminal A and B, that will be our open circuit voltage VOC or the Thevenin equivalent voltage VTH. Means with all the sources acting here and the load removed, the voltage appearing across the terminal AB will give us the Thevenin equivalent voltage. And in the step 3, we will try to find out the Thevenin equivalent resistance RTH. RTH is the resistance looking into the open terminals with all independent sources turned off. That means if we remove all the independent sources by their internal resistances and find the resistance in between terminal A and B by looking back into the open circuited terminals, we will get a resistance, and that equivalent resistance between these two terminals A and B will give us the Thevenin equivalent resistance, and also it is termed as the internal resistance of the network when we are looking back through the open circuited terminals. And in this regard, I will tell you all which may be known to you, that is, when we are removing an independent voltage source, then we are replacing it by a short circuit, and when we are removing a independent current source, then we have to make it a open circuit. Definitely all these sources are taken to be as ideal sources. Okay, so this is the way by which we can easily find out the Thevenin equivalent voltage and Thevenin equivalent resistance for a complex network under consideration. Definitely in the previous section, I have said that we are trying to find out the Thevenin equivalent resistance by removing the independent sources. But if there are some dependent sources, as you know that dependent sources are kind of sources whose value depends upon the voltages or currents at some other parts of the circuit. Such kind of sources, if present in a circuit, then the analysis will be different. And in such scenario, we will limit ourselves here to only independent sources. Okay, so the example next we are going to try will also have only independent sources. But you have to remember that if the circuit is having dependent sources, then the analysis for finding the Thevenin equivalent resistance will be different. But as per our syllabus criterion and the scope of study, we will confine ourselves only to the independent sources. Okay, so next we will try out one example. In this example, this is your circuit, and what we have to do, we have to find out the current through the load resistance RL. In this example, we basically have to find out the Thevenin's equivalent network across the terminal AB and represent the whole circuit in terms of the Thevenin equivalent circuit. So how to convert this circuit into a Thevenin equivalent circuit? As per the steps that we have already learned, we have to remove the load resistance RL from this terminal AB so that we can find out the Thevenin equivalent voltage VTH, which is nothing but the voltage across the open circuited terminal AB. So in the step 1, what we have done, we have removed the load resistance RL, and we will try to find out the voltage appearing across these terminals. See, both the sources, the voltage sources and the current sources, which are independent sources, are acting here, and we are trying to find out the voltage across the terminal AB. Now see, as this is a current source and this resistance is basically just connected at this terminal and no current can flow through this resistance, so whatever be the voltage appearing across this terminal, that will be the voltage appearing across these terminals. So the voltage at this terminal A will give us the voltage across the terminal AB, that is our Thevenin equivalent voltage. So by applying KCL at this node A, we will try to figure out what is the voltage VTH appearing across this terminal AB. By KCL, we can write this equation, and from this equation, we can easily get the Thevenin equivalent voltage VTH, because this is the only unknown. And next, for finding the Thevenin equivalent circuit, we have to find out the Thevenin equivalent resistance. And for finding the Thevenin equivalent resistance, what we have to do? We have to look back into the open circuited terminal AB by removing the voltage sources by short circuit and the current sources by open circuit. So see here, this voltage source, independent voltage source, has been removed by a short circuit, and the independent current source has been removed by a open circuit. So with that, we get this simplified circuit from which we can easily calculate the Thevenin equivalent resistance, which is nothing but this 1 ohm resistance plus the parallel combination of this 4 ohm and 12 ohm resistance. So this parallel combination is in series with this 1 ohm resistance and giving us the Thevenin equivalent resistance. Okay. So from this calculation, finally what we are getting VTH is equal to 30 volts, that is the Thevenin equivalent voltage, and this RTH is equal to 4 ohm, which is the Thevenin equivalent resistance. So with these values, we can easily convert our problem circuit or the original circuit to the Thevenin equivalent circuit as this. That is a 30 volt source in series with the 4 ohm resistance, which is connected across the terminal AB, and finally at this terminal AB we are connecting our load RL. Okay, so this is our Thevenin equivalent circuit. So what we see, that this complex network to the left side of the terminal AB has been converted to a simple equivalent network consisting of only a 30 volt source with a resistance of 4 ohm in series, and with that our load resistance RL is connected. So now for any value of this resistance RL, we can easily find out whatever be the current flowing through this load resistance by only dividing this voltage source VTH by the load resistance RL plus the Thevenin equivalent resistance RTH. So this is the way by which, with the help of Thevenin's theorem, we can easily convert a complex circuit into a very simple circuit for the analysis of load currents as well as the voltage appearing across the load. Okay, so at the end, we will repeat the theorem statement. It states that any linear two-terminal active network N consisting of independent and or dependent voltage, current sources and resistors can be replaced at a pair of terminal AB like this by a simple equivalent network consisting of only a voltage source VTH and a resistance RTH in series. Okay, so this is the Thevenin equivalent voltage in series with the Thevenin equivalent resistance for our complex linear two-terminal active network, and it is connected to our load. Okay, so the total complex circuit is being converted to a simple equivalent circuit, which is termed as the Thevenin equivalent circuit. So now I think you will be able to solve these two problems. So this is your homework, and for solution to this homework, you can go to the YouTube channel and the link has been provided here. Thank you for watching.